Hi friend, my name is Jen. I just wanted to take a quick second here to introduce myself and say hi since I'm new to the group, and share a little bit of my story with you. I don't know what your story is and what brought you here to the page today, but if you have lost anybody to suicide or you are suicidal yourself, I can relate with your story. 16 years ago, January 12th, 2004, I lost my dad to suicide. He was a fireman, he was a Vietnam veteran, and he was a father. He was my dad. And he loved his God, he loved God more than he could, more than a lot of people do. He was passionately in love with his God. So it was something we definitely did not see coming. But this post is not to ask for your sympathies. It's to say that I care about you and to say that I see you and that you matter, and to share something that I'm hoping is an encouragement to you in whatever you're going through, and to tell you that you're not alone and that you matter. 16 years ago, when I lost my dad, people became really important, and I realized how valuable and short life is, and I saw a new desire to really help people kind of be birthed at the same time because of everything that I went through, and here we are 16 years later, and Tuesday, September 1st, I'm actually going to be releasing my story, my journey, my first book to the public. And it's basically going to be describing that journey of going from the day that I lost my dad to suicide to now 16 years later, and everything that I went through. And I can honestly say I never imagined my life would be what it is today when you look back on that day 16 years ago. The hardest day of my entire life. I never imagined life would be as good as it is right now, and as full of joy in life that it is now. It's amazing, and so I'd love to share that journey with you, but I thought just as like a little piece of encouragement now to you that I'd read you just the back cover and then the introduction, and I'm hoping that in itself is an encouragement to anyone who might be watching, because I really do care about you. So the book is called Finding My Voice, but it's actually Finding His Voice because the word his is crossed out, as you can see. And then it says An Overcomer's Journey from Suicide to Success. And then my name is Jen Horling. So feel free to find me on social media or look up the book. That would be amazing. And it helps support what we're trying to do, and become a voice in this area. So the back cover says, where you're at now is not the end. Is that it? Is this really all there is? The place you find yourself today? The dead end, the pain, the frustration, the fear. Is that your lot in life? Each of us has a past. Maybe yours is so horrific you don't even know how to talk about it. Drenched in pain and heartache, you feel trapped and you don't see a way out. You wonder if those thoughts plaguing your mind will follow you the rest of your life. You're tormented, sleepless, and restless. Deep down, you know there has to be more, but you don't know what it looks like or where to find it. I've been where you are, and I'm here to help you move forward. My story is for you. Finding His Voice shows you how to navigate trauma, the voices around you, and your own mind as you face the hurricanes of life. As I found my voice to talk about those moments, I learned the secret. It wasn't about finding me, it was about finding Him. And the more I did, not only did I continue to step further out of that darkness and into the light, but I learned to overcome. There is a future you are meant for, you are designed for. Finding His voice will show you how that voice can guide you to it. Let me take you on my journey. Okay, my rabbit hole from despair to light. As we go along, I'll show you how to overcome suicide, grief, and trauma, how to overcome fear, confusion, and limiting beliefs, how to get past what's holding you back, how to start winning in the mind, how to get your referrals flourishing, and how to dream big and see it happen. I believe in big things. I believe in your future. I believe in you, and it's your turn to overcome. So let's go. That's the back cover. Then I'll read you the introduction because I think that's really powerful. The introduction is... Oops. Okay. So it says, there are stories to tell. People matter. If I could go back 15 years to the day I stared tragedy in the face and tell myself not only what's ahead in this life, but what it is now, wow, I wouldn't believe me. I would be in complete shock and honestly would probably say, how is that even possible? Or that does not sound like me. But that's precisely it. I would tell her, anything is possible. Dream as big as you can. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. The pain you are in right now will pale to the comparison to the joy you will radiate through your entire being and your very life. I tell her that the same voice that softly spoke to her in her darkest moments will never leave her and will continue to speak and lead her life to amazing things. I tell her not to give up because the other side is worth it. I'd say, that voice you are hearing in the back of your soul is going to blow you away by just how much he shows up in your life and answers the cries that are on your heart, even the ones you don't even know are there yet. He knows you more than even you know you, and he loves you. He loves you more than you can possibly imagine. Don't give up. There's a future you are meant for, and you are designed for. And just when you think, how can it get any better than this? He'll show up again and say, oh, you think that's cool, Jen? Watch me now. I've seen it. I've seen it countless of times. I've heard the things he's going to say to you. I've watched him wrap himself all over your life and walk with you every step of the way. I've watched him pull you through seasons where you thought you couldn't go on. I've seen him carry you. I've seen him fight for you. Even in seasons where everyone else thinks we can't believe what he has done in your life, and the afterglow of tragedy, many years later when you're still fighting for the more you know this life is and your God is. I've seen him answer your prayers and lead you to rivers of his flow, rivers of his love, rivers that will lead you to the dreams your soul cries out for every single night as you fall asleep, and every day as you dream for more. Every hardworking day as you put your whole heart into everything you do. The God you believe in is out there. The one who met you and spoke to you that night, the one who sees everything you've been through and continue to go through, he knows. He sees every tear. He hears every cry. He understands. He is close to the brokenhearted, and he is with you. Don't you doubt it for one day, not even 1 second. I bless you with hope. I bless you with peace. I bless your heart and your future with healing. He is at work. You press on. This is not the end. This is just the beginning. Friend, this book is for you. Why? Because you are called to be free. I know what this voice has done in my life in the 15 years since my life was turned upside down. And I want him to do the same for you. If I can overcome, you can overcome. So that was the introduction and the back cover of my story. A dream of about 16 years to help people who are hurting. People like you. What is your dream, friend? What are the dreams and the visions that are on your heart? They matter. And you matter. And I believe in you. If you want to come alongside us and help support getting this message out, getting it into the hands of people who are hurting, we would love your support. But even more so, we just want to help create a place where people can share their story. You can start following us at a page called The Overcomers. I'll put a link below where you guys can support us and come alongside us as we start to tell other people's stories too, and create community. But more importantly, I just want you to know that you matter. And thank you for letting me share today. On Tuesday, when the book releases, We're actually going to have a 24-hour period where anyone who buys the book on Amazon, 100% of the profits are going to go to a nonprofit organization called King's Ransom Foundation, where that organization we love because not only do they help rescue kids from the sex trade, but they help feed and house orphans and widows around the world. But 100% of what you give to this organization goes to help those hurting families. And it's only one out there that I know of that operates that way, where 100% of what you give goes into the hands of those in need. None of it goes to like operating costs or things like that. So we want to take time in our release and the excitement to go the extra mile to help people. So if you're down to help us do that, feel free to jump on Amazon and pick up a copy, and I hope that this story is an encouragement and a lifeline to you as well.